ESPN's coverage of college gymnastics brings us to the Buckeye State in Kent, Ohio, on the campus of Kent State University in a Mid-American Conference matchup between the Kent State Golden Flashes and the Falcons of Bowling Green State University. Hello again, everyone. Michael Elkins along with Shannon Simmons with you tonight here at the Mack Center, where Shannon, tonight the Falcons and the Golden Flashes matching up against one another with postseason implications in the NCAA regional tournament.
Yes, it's the end of the gymnastics season. Everybody's getting ready for the Mid-American Conference Championships and then hopefully on to the regionals.
Well, for the Bowling Green State University Falcons, they certainly have improved over the last couple of weeks in improving their RQS. Not only that, but also in the Mid-American Conference standings. And Bowling Green, they don't have to look very far for high scores, and that is the sophomore Giovanna East.
Right, she's been a great all-arounder for them all season, and more tonight that's here to come.
Yeah, Giovanna East in the all-around, averaging 39.105 for the Falcons of Bowling Green, and currently ranks in the top 5 of 3 of the 4 categories in the Mid-American Conference. And for the Golden Flashes, well, you don't have to look any further than Rachel Stupinski, do you?
No, Rachel is so fun to watch. She's a senior for the Golden Flashes, and she's having an exciting last year of college.
So Rachel Stupinski, the All-American, the senior for the Golden Flashes, competed in the all-around competition tonight, along with Laura Mitchell and Giovanna East of the Falcons. And you see those scores for those 3 gymnasts. It'll be an exciting night here at the Mack Center.
Right, all 3 of those all-around gymnasts have scored consistently over 39s. So that's an amazing all-around score, and they're averaging that going into the last few meets of the season.
Well, let's take a look at the standings in the Mid-American Conference as they are this evening. Sitting atop is Central Michigan at 4-1, Northern Illinois at 3-2, Ball State, Bowling Green both at 2-2, Eastern and Kent State at 2-3, and Western at 1-3. Interestingly enough, Central's only loss of the season came at the hands of the Falcons.
Right, their only loss of the year was to Central Michigan, and then you see all those RQS scores up there on the screen, and those are talking about their averages that they've had for the season. So 195 and close to 196 in some cases.
Well, coming up next, it is the Falcons and the Golden Flashes from the Memorial Athletic and Convocation Center here on the campus of Kent State. Nicole Radon, the former Kent State gymnast, performing the national anthem here tonight at the Memorial Athletic and Convocation Center as we get set for this matchup between the Golden Flashes and the Falcons of Bowling Green State University. Michael Elkins with you once again. Here's head coach Carrie Turner of Bowling Green. Carrie in her 11th season at the helm of the Falcons, and Coach Turner has seen the Falcons, Shannon, improve over the last several weeks, as we talked about in the pregame itself, and really have poised themselves for potentially, with a win tonight and a loss of Central Michigan to Ball State, potentially a share of the MAC title in the regular season.
They could. They're looking energetic and excited to be here this evening. Carrie's been coaching there at Bowling Green for quite some time, and she has seen an improvement in her team since her tenure there.
So Coach Turner looking to bring the Falcons to victory, which is a very difficult thing to do here at the Mack Center. Matter of fact, the Golden Flashes have taken 9 of the last 10 meetings over the Falcons. And here is head coach Bryce Biggin.
Yes, Bryce is in his 27th season as the Kent State head coach. He's got an overall record of 372 wins to 261. He's had 8 MAC regular season titles, 20 NCAA regional appearances, and 1 as a full-team NCAA national championship appearance. He's been the coach of the year 10 times, and when you talk about Kent State Gymnastics and you talk about what a family it is, he's a big reason for that. He's been part of this team and this program pretty much from the beginning. He's the only the second coach in Mid-American Conference history here at Kent State after the famous Bachna, so Rudy Bachna, who started the team back in the 40s. And Bryce has come on board and created an atmosphere of energy and excitement and championships again and again and again.
Shannon is a former athlete who competed under Coach Bryce Biggin. As an athlete, from your perspective, share a little bit more about Bryce.
Sure. On a personal note, I think he has belief in the gymnast and a belief that even if you don't feel like you can do it, he has a belief and a confidence in you and teaches you that and builds on that day in and day out throughout practice and throughout competition. So as a typical college gymnast would progress, you would most times just hope to hold on to your skills and hope to ride your career out being healthy, but not really learning new skills. But if you are a gymnast of Bryce, you can continue to learn skills throughout your career and even on into your senior year, making yourself a better gymnast.
He is in his 27th year at the helm of Kent State. A lot has happened in history, Shannon, over those years. The #1 song back in 1992, Black and White by Michael Jackson. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle was the #1 movie. Roseanne, remember Roseanne, the #1 TV show, and
sure.
Can you believe it? A price of a gallon of gas, $1.19. Now here's a little trivia for you, Shannon. In 1992, early in the year, Black and White by Michael Jackson was the #1 song. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Okay. What was the #1 song at the end of 1992 by one of the greatest voices in the history of pop culture?
Testing my pop culture, but I spent so much time in the gym, and at that time, Bryce was only listening to Jimmy Buffett, so that's really all I can remember from that year.
That says a lot about Bryce. So the #1 song at the end of the year would have been Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You.
I Will Always Love You. Well, that was a good one, too, yes.
Oh,
but maybe not motivating enough to get a good workout in.
What it would be like to spend $1.19 for a gallon of gas again. Right. Well, Kent State will warm up on the vault, as that's where they will compete, and Bowling Green on the bars.
Yes, we're getting ready to have some fun, but we were just reminded that all the crew members were not born in 1992 that are working in the media this evening.
That is true. So college gymnastic rules, 6 gymnasts per team will compete in each event. And of course, the 5 best scores count towards the overall team score. The lowest is dropped from each team's event total. And after all 4 apparatus, the team with the highest cumulative score wins. And we'll do this the home team event order: vault, bars, beam, and floor. And again, the way will go bars, vault, floor, and beam.
The gymnasts will be competing simultaneously, so we will try to do video coverage as much as we can. But at the same time that the vault is happening for Kent State is when the bars is happening for Bowling Green.
Scoring breakdown this evening: 9-9 or up is considered excellent, good 9-8 to 9-9, 9-7 to 9-8 expectable, and insufficient 9-7 or below. And Shannon, Kent State, when you look at their rankings in the Mid-American Conference in terms of their standings, is somewhat deceiving because they have really performed well this season and put a solid RQS together.
I agree with you. Their RQS is good. They have had more losses than expected, but a lot of those competitions have been won and lost by just a few tenths, and in some cases a quarter of a tenth. So a lot of close matchups and a lot of, maybe I would say, uncharacteristic falls that cost them the competition.
Yeah, 2 Mid-American Conference matchups, one on the road, the other one here at the Mack Center a couple of weeks ago that really hurt the Golden Flashes, and that was the first road trip in Mack competition at Ball State, where they lost to the Cardinals. The other one a few weeks here where they fell to Eastern Michigan in what were the Eagles' first Mid-American Conference win of the season and the first road win for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And again, and when they were away at Central Michigan, that was a very, very close matchup as well. Quarter of a tenth for that away competition.
Had an opportunity to speak with Coach Bryce Biggin before the match. We'll come back to that in just a minute, but here's the vault lineup for the Golden Flashes: Topinski, Chapman, Manacle Davis, McCarty, Fletcher, and Nero. Here's the senior All-American, looking to set the tone for the Golden Flashes here this evening.
great to have her lead off this competition. She's going to be the all-rounder to watch tonight. And that was a great stuck landing on her handspring front pike.
Yeah, we had a chance to watch Rachel on vault warm up and stuck the landing in warm up and stuck it there as well.
No lack of enthusiasm from Rachel.
For the Falcons, they're going to start things off on the uneven bars. Shannon Gonowicha going to lead things off, the senior, followed by Delgado, Domino, and Augustine to follow. Laura Mitchell, Giovanna East, and India Peak also competing on bars for the Falcons.
That was a great leadoff routine from Shannon from Bowling Green.
9.825 is the score for the Stupinski vault. Good start for Kent State.
Great start, yes.
Next up at the vault for the Golden Flashes, Sydney Chapman.
So here's Sydney Chapman, the freshman out of Mineral Wells, West Virginia. Boy, this is an event that Coach Bryce Biggin would love to see the Golden Flashes come out of the gate strong.
Good vault from her. That was a Yurchenko tucked full.
Let's take another look at this.
Good body's position in the air and just a little hop on the landing.
Little separation of the leg there at the end, but a great vault by the freshman. As we wait the score, I believe, for the Falcons on the uneven bars. Gonowicha score, Leslie Delgado. Lauren Domino, I beg your pardon, is up next. Domino out of Staten Island, New York. 9.625, that is Delgado. Leslie Delgado now up for the Falcons on the uneven bars. 9.075 is the vault for Chapman for the Golden Flashes.
That's actually a 9.75 on vaults.
I thought that was a little low.
They flashed the low score.
Yeah, big fall, big step, if you will. She went down and ended up touching the mat with her hands to Davis.
A little over rotation, maybe a little too excited to get this competition off started right. Hopefully that will be the score they get to throw out.
Well, the Falcons are looking to extend their streak of scoring 194 points or better as a team. They're the only program in the Mid-American Conference that has done that the entire season. And they have posted, the Falcons, 195 plus points in their last two outings. But again, this is a team that just is continuing to build momentum towards, one, the MAC championship, Shannon, but also to the NCAA regionals. That certainly is on their mind. I think they're in striking distance.
Yeah, the MAC championships is just a few weeks away, but before that happens, they've got to get their RQS score up. They've got to get in those top 36 to make that regional championship competition.
Next up in the ball for the Golden Flashes, Sarah McCarty.
There's Sarah McCarty now in the vault for Kent State. Wow. Boy, does she have great height on that vault.
She does. She pops straight up in that handspring front pike with a half.
I'll take another look at McCarty's vault and get another look at the amplitude off that horse, off the vault. This is now Lauren Domino on the bars for the Falcons. Small hop at the end on the Domino dismount. We'll take another look at it, Shannon.
Next up in the ball for the Golden Flashes, Abby Fletcher.
There's Fletcher, her best of the season, 9.825.
That's a good vault for her. Yurchenko full twist, good landing.
Take another look at Abby's vault. Kept the feet together. Kent State looking good coming out. Bowling Green with 2 solid bar performances, 3 solid bar performances as well. I believe Lexi Augustine would be up next for Bowling Green to await the Domino score. Talked to Bryce Biggin before the meet tonight. Talked a little bit about focus as Lexi Augustine, I beg your pardon, this is not Lexi, this is Kent State now up with the vault. Talked about his team needing to focus.
Sammy Nero did a Yurchenko full twist in the tuck position again. She did take a step on the landing, but they've hit 5 vaults there, so they should at least get through that event with a decent score and head on to bars.
Lexi Augustine for the Falcons on the bars.
She's got a beautiful handstand position. Great athleticism, and there's another routine made for Bowling Green.
And again, we talked about it in the pre-match. Take another look at, I believe we might have a replay here. In fact, we do. Let's take another look at this routine by Augustine on the dismount. And I'll bring up Alex Faulkner now for the Falcons on the uneven bars. But this Falcon team, confidence, when you can knock off Central Michigan, which is a juggernaut in the Mid-American Conference, boy, it does wonders for team confidence.
They are, yes. I bet that would have been an exciting competition to see. I didn't get a chance to go and see that, but when you can gain a lot of confidence when you beat the big dogs, and they did that this year, so they'll have some confidence going into the rest of their season.
Kent State, of course, last weekend competing in the Masters Classic in Nebraska, taking on 3 top 25 teams.
Yes.
Kent finishing 4th in that weekend meet.
Talk about competing against some big dogs. UCLA is a powerhouse. Nebraska is a powerhouse. They had some great gymnastics there that weekend.
UCLA having the top beam performer in the country.
They're famous for many Olympians. Olympians go on to compete in college gymnastics. They tend to go to UCLA.
Here's Faulkner, the freshman out of Cranberry Township, PA. Kent with a team score of 48.9 on the vault. Good start for Bryce Biggin and the Golden Flashes. They'll move to bars next. Good release move
Beautiful
by
release.
Faulkner.
Low landing there and had to take a couple steps. She lost her balance there right on that last move before her dismount. Took some power away.
Yeah, a couple of the giant swings there at the end. It almost appeared as though she might have slipped a little bit on the hand on the top bar before the release on the dismount. You see her slip slightly there.
On her pirouette out.
Yeah. Going to bring up Laura Mitchell next for the Falcons on the bars. Currently, they are at 38.825 with one more gymnast to compete. Mid-American Conference in the vault. Central Michigan sits atop the MAC with a team RQS of 48.855 on the vault. The Golden Flashes at 48.720. They rank 5th in the conference. Bowling Green at 48.8 is a team RQS. 48.68 is their team average on the vault. So Kent State 48.603. They best their average tonight on the vault, scoring a team 48.9. On the uneven bars, Kent State best in the conference, 48.959, a team average. RQS at 49.1. Bowling Green is 6th in the conference on bars, 48.538. As a team average and an RQS of 48.725. Now, here's Laura Mitchell now for the Falcons. Nice job holding on to that handstand. We'll take another look at this handstand that she almost lost, but Laura shows a lot of strength right here on this handstand on this lower bar.
She does a shoot over to a handstand on the low bar, and it almost looks like she could have gone the other way, but she saved it and muscled her way back up through.
Great strength by Laura Mitchell, finishing strong on the dismount for the Falcons. Bowling Green will have an exhibition here by Grace Logan on the uneven bars. So Bryce Biggin earlier this afternoon had a chance to talk with him, Shannon. We reflected a little bit on that Eastern Michigan matchup where Kent State they were not themselves on the balance beam. He says it really comes down to focus, but there are meets where that happens, where one fall leads to another, and it's a domino effect.
It is a domino effect, and we watched that happen. They almost looked like a totally different team when they went over to the balance beam. They were so strong and so confident on vault and bars, and then beam came, and it was a little bit of a tumble over there. So you know, sometimes bad things happen and then you have to regroup, and hopefully if that happens again tonight, they can regroup a lot faster. They did have some sickness. They had 2 girls with the flu, one with mono that week, and so that did change their balance beam lineup. But you still would expect to see the depth in competition that they could regroup.
A nice routine there by Grace Logan in the exhibition for the Falcons. So after 1 rotation, BGSU 48.575. The Golden Flashes at 48.9. We'll be right back with the second rotation. Kent State on bars, the Falcons on vault from the Mack Center in Kent. Back to the Mack Center, Michael Elkins with Shannon Simmons. Kent State and Bowling Green in this Mid-American Conference matchup. We get a good look at head coach Bryce Biggin in his 27th season at the helm of the Golden Flashes, and Bryce Biggin with postseason aspirations on his mind once again. Some highlights after rotation number 1. Bowling Green on the bars. There's Fletcher on a vault for Kent State. Boy, Kent looked really good off the vault, opening things up here tonight in a crucial Mid-American Conference matchup. We're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be back with the second rotation. Kent State, Bowling Green at the Mack Center. Welcome back to the Mack Center. Kent State, Bowling Green in a Mid-American Conference matchup, a key matchup for the Golden Flashes as they hold on to that 36th ranking in the country, a final team in the NCAA Regional Series history between these two schools. My goodness, 102nd meeting between Kent State and Bowling Green. Golden Flashes with a commanding 79-21-1 record over the Falcons, and Kent State has won the regular season meeting last year. And Shannon, this is a series dominated by Kent State, obviously, but again, Bowling Green, I think it's one of those schools, again, like Eastern Michigan a few weeks ago, this Falcon team is hungry. They want to taste tournament action once again.
Yes, a lot can happen over these next couple hours of the competition, and they've got 1 event under their belts. Both teams started off with a strong start. Bowling Green on bars and Kent State on the vault, and we're looking forward to 3 more good events from both teams tonight.
There you see the lineup for the Falcons over on vault. Mitchell, Gonawicha, Morsefield, Kearns, Domino, and Giovanna East, the sophomore. And the Falcons are a very good vaulting team, or Bowling Green. For the Kent State Golden Flashes, they're going to move things over to the uneven bars, their strongest event of any competition. Sarah Lipowicz, Michaela Romito, Ali Marrero, Rachel Stupinski, Brooke Timko, and Emily Kelly. And Michaela Romito coming back from a concussion. It'll be interesting to see how she performs. Not only did Kent State miss her last weekend, but Dara Williams is also a gymnast that the Golden Flashes have missed over the last couple of weeks.
Yes, the gymnastics season can be demanding, so you would expect a few injuries, a few illnesses here and there. So they're going to try to fight through those, and it's great to see Michaela back this week.
Dara Williams, a solid vaulter for Kent State. Dara expected to be back next week for the Golden Flashes in what will be their final home meet of the season, that being a tri-meet here at the Mack Center. As always, a good crowd on hand here at the Mack Center. So Laura Mitchell now to start things off for BG in the vault.
It was a solid Yurchenko layout on the vault.
Come back to Lipowicz now on the bars for Kent State.
Nice giant full twist into a double back tuck dismount. Always love to see those stuck landings. Those little landings add up.
Take a look at Mitchell's vault here. Nice amplitude up the vault. Short hop. Here's Lipowicz now on the bar routine for Kent State.
Bryce looks happy about that straddle back to the handstand. That's a hard landing on top of her hands on the low bar.
A little short on the handstand initially, but boy, she really stuck that landing.
Yeah, that's a good lead-off routine.
Here's Shannon Ganawicha looking to better her 9.625 average on the vault for the Falcons.
She should definitely better that average with that vault today. She had good body position in the air. One hop on the landing.
Let's take another look at Ganawicha's vault. Short hop, small leg separation. And here's Michaela Ramito.
Nice Delchev to an overshoot. She's going to come back to the high bar and get ready for a big dismount. Giant full twist to a double back tuck and a stuck landing. Looks like she's back on her game.
Let's take another look at the dismount from Ramito.
She's so consistent, and every time she gets up on that bar and on the floor exercise, she's always a great performer.
Here's Katie Mansfield up for Bowling Green on vault.
Katie Morsefield is the local gymnast. She came right here from Kent, Ohio. She has missed her hands onto the table.
Yeah, Katie looked as though she extended those hands far on that table. We'll take another look at it. We certainly hope that Katie is okay. Oh,
yeah. So on her round-off entry, she actually missed the board. She overshot her feet, and she lands on the pad instead of taking off of the springboard. They have trainers on hand here, so they're going to make sure that she's okay.
Allie Marrero now on the bars for Kent State. Allie, a consistent bar performer. You saw the score there for Ramito, 9.85. Allie swinging well.
Oh, what a big double layout dismount. The bar team is looking great.
Take another look at Marrero's dismount. A lot of power and able to contain it there at the end and stick that landing.
It takes a lot of momentum to rotate your body twice around in that open laid out position.
So Katie Morsefield, she did get to her feet. Boy, your heart goes out to her, the native here from Kent, Ohio, looking to perform well for the Falcons in front of what is her hometown.
It is, yes. And she is a junior, so she'll have another year of competition. And it looks like she's smiling, so glad to see that she's okay.
Now up next will be Stepinski on the bars.
This is such a fun event to watch Rachel compete on.
Rachel is #1 in the MAC with an RQS of 9.89. She's averaging 9.812 on the bars with a season high 9.95. Here's the All-American.
Beautiful release move. She has great form. She's got great handstands, beautiful lines. Two giants into a double back with a full twist dismount.
Now let's take another look at Stupinski's dismount. A lot of power, a lot of body control, sticks that landing.
Not only 2 flips, but a full twist in there as well.
Here's Nikita Kearns of the Falcons on her vault, looking to pick up Morsefield.
That's that Yurchenko full twist with a pretty good landing in the laid out position.
So Kearns with a 9.725 on that vault. Lauren Domino now up for the Falcons on the vault. Brooke Timko would be next for Kent State.
Bowling Green has another Yurchenko laid out full. Hop on the landing, but good power.
Let's take another look at Domino's vault. Again, Shannon, good power. Just a small hop at the end of that landing. Here's Brooke Timko. We'll get a look at Giovanna East coming up for the Falcons. Leads the MAC in the vault category.
Another beautiful release move. And what I notice more about Kent State today is they're really swinging on the bars. They're not muscling through. They're not trying to save anything. They are swinging with lots of power and energy tonight. She's excited.
Yeah, solid landings. Here's East.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Absolutely beautiful.
Yurchenko with a 1.5 twist before a stuck landing, which is even harder to do. Not only is she twisting more than the other gymnasts are, but she's landing blindly. So she can't see that landing before she hits the ground.
Giovanna East, 9.875 RQS. Let's take a look at Brooke Timko with the flashes on the bars on this dismount. Boy, Kent State doing a nice job hitting their landings on the bars.
And can you see Brooke smiling throughout that routine? That's how you know it feels good. When you're smiling when you're doing your routine, you're just really in the zone.
Giovanna East has a 9.925 as a season high. She earns a 9.875 on that vault. So Emily Kelly would be next for Kent State on the uneven bars.
It's showing a bars average of 9.08. I think she's only competed one time this season. Double back tuck dismount. Some separation of her legs in the middle of the routine.
Emily Kelly season high at 9.6.
And 1 step on the landing now.
Looking to best that for herself and improve Kent State's score. As the judges consider Emily Kelly's score on the uneven bars, Bowling Green has wrapped up competition over at the vault. And BG will now move to the floor exercise. Kent State will move on over to the balance beam in an event that they've struggled a little bit this year. We got the judges ready to post the score for Emily Kelly of the Golden Flashes.
That's a 9.65, 9.625 for Emily.
9.625. And Shannon, that is a new personal season high for Emily Kelly in the Golden Flashes. Well, we've completed 2 rotations of 4 here at the MAC Center. The Golden Flashes lead it over the Falcons. We'll be right back after this time. Welcome back to the Mac Center. Michael Elkins and Shannon Simmons with you. Kent State Bowling Green in the Mid-American Conference Gymnastics matchup. Let's take a look at some of the highlights in the second rotation. Nikita Kearns of the Falcons on the vault. Lauren Domino for the Golden Flashes. Ramito, Stupinski, and Timko performing well on the uneven bars. Kent State will move over to balance beam. Bowling Green to the floor. We'll be right back with the third rotation in this Mid-American Conference matchup. $7.5 to 97.2 over the Falcons. We had a chance to catch up with senior Rachel Stupinski before the meet. Here's what the senior had to say about being a Golden
Rachel
Flash.
Stupinski of the Kent State Golden Flashes. And Rachel, one of the most decorated gymnasts in the history of Kent State.
What does it mean to you to be part of the blue and gold family?
It means a lot. First coming in here freshman year, they welcomed me like a family, and ever since they helped me grow not only as a gymnast but as a woman and a girl, and they've just been family, and I couldn't be more grateful.
You've been competing in gymnastics since what age?
I started when I was 3 years old. I believe I started competing when I was 6.
Okay, so at what point, Rachel, in your gymnastics career did you say, I'm going to take this to the next level?
I believe I was around 12 when I started my first year, level 10. My coach has grown up with me since I was 3 years old, and so she's been really motivational, really inspirational. And when I got to that level, she's like, all right, Rachel, I think we're ready to step it up. I think we're ready to go to the next level, get it started, get those skills going, and move up in the ladder. So she was really a big help for that.
Rachel, you've got a couple more weeks left in the regular season. When you walk off this mat for the last time at Kent State, what's the one memory that you're going to take with you?
This entire experience is the memory that I couldn't forget. It's hard to pick out just one, but I believe it has to be the teammates. Like, my teammates have been everything and anything to me throughout this sport, and they've just made it the most memorable thing ever.
Golden Flashes will start things off here in the third rotation on the balance beam. Kennedy Plude will lead things off for Kent State, followed by Abby Fletcher, Sarah Lipowich, Alyssa Quinlan, Allie Marrero, and then followed by the All-American that you just heard from, Rachel Stupinski on the balance beam. Floor exercise for the Falcons, Nikita Kearns, followed by India McPeak, Lexi Augustine, Laura Mitchell, Kayla Rose, and Giovanna East. Once again, Kent State 98.175 to Bowling Green's 97.125.
Leading off the Bowling Green on floor exercise, Nikita Kearns.
Here's Nikita Kearns of the Falcons on floor exercise.
Her opening tumbleweed pass of a double back pike. She's got some energetic music. She's going to get the crowd into her routine today. She did a double back in the tuck position for her second pass, but she did have a fall there.
Bowling Green ranks second in the MAC in floor exercise. Again, Bowling Green averaging 48.923 as a team on the floor exercise. They've improved that score over the last several weeks. Kent State, number one at 49.122. We'll take a look at Kennedy Plude's dismount. Kennedy with a solid beam performance for Kent State. to start things off on the balance beam. Little leg separation there at the end, but solid performance by Kennedy.
And it was a round off 1.5 twisting dismount with a stuck landing, so I think she'll be happy with that for the lead-off routine for the Kent State Golden Flashes. I know Coach Sharon Sabin, who you see right there, she wants them to be strong and aggressive and courageous up there. So they are tumbling on a 4-inch wide beam, but she wants them to be aggressive while they're up there.
And again, as a result of the blocking format, we're going to try and get as much action to you as we can. Up on the balance beam right now is Abby Fletcher of Kent State, floor exercise India McPeak. So we'll try to bring you as much of the floor exercise and beam for both schools.
Nice tumbling series. She does a back handspring layout step out, and she also did a beautiful front aerial right there at the beginning of her routine. Switch side leap. That was an inward full turn. That's unusual. And her front full dismount. So 2 for 2 so far for the Golden Flashes on the balance beam.
Yeah, Kent State looking like a new team on the balance beam this evening here at the Mack Center. We'll pick up India McPeak's floor routine now.
Yeah, the crowd didn't get a chance to see it, but it was a nice double back tuck on her opening tumbling pass. And they're going to look for a good score from her. The first routine did have two mistakes in it, so they're going to want to throw that score out of their lineup.
Just a reminder, Stupinski competing in the all-around for the Golden Flashes. Mitchell for Bowling Green.
Nice finishing tumbling pass there. She did a front tuck through to a 1.5 twist.
9.770 on Fletcher on the beam, 9.770. Here's McPeak's first tumbling pass that Shannon spoke of.
Opens with a nice double back tuck. She does a front tuck, round off back handspring. Oh, I said 1.5. That was actually a 2.5 twisting tumbling pass.
Sarah Lipowicz now up on the balance beam for Kent State.
She did a back handspring layout step out. Very nicely done. The gymnasts have to do so many tumbling elements to their routine, so many splitting and dance elements to your routine. You see one of those there. Small hitch kick into a side aerial is a good connection. Required full turn. She's getting ready for her dismount here. Very nice, round off double full. Coach Sabin is happy with that one.
Let's take another look at Sarah's dismount.
Double full twist. She does have a step on the landing, but that is a difficult finish to that routine.
So Lexi Augustine on the floor now for Bowling Green, averaging 9.7 in the season.
There's some beautiful dance elements in there, beautiful split leap lines. Getting ready to tumble again. Round off 1.5 twist to a punch front pike. She finished this floor routine with a front handspring 1.5 twists. It's a nice routine.
This is now Quinlan on beam for Kent State.
She's up there fighting for every 10th. Gainer full twist dismount. Easy stuck landing.
Let's take another look at the dismount from Quinlan. Side dismount. Teammates are happy. High-fiving Alyssa Quinlan of the Golden Flashes as they look to get back on the winning track in the Mid-American Conference.
This is Laura Mitchell on the floor exercise, another excellent all-arounder for Bowling Green. She's a powerful gymnast. She opened with a double back pike.
Mitchell currently trails Stupinski in the all-around this evening. Mitchell 19.325, Stupinski at 19.75.
And that back handspring double back. With a 1.5 twist to a front layout. That will help her all-around score.
Now Mitchell was with a nice floor routine as Ali Marrero finishes up on the balance beam. We're going to take a look at a tumbling pass on the balance beam for Marrero. Well, she held on to that balance beam, something you and I talked about a couple of weeks ago, Shannon, that on the balance beam, you've got to fight for every 10th of a point.
Yes, in the last two routines, we've seen the gymnasts up there fighting a little bit for their tumbling and being aggressive, whereas just a few weeks ago, we saw them bobble a little bit and then fall off the beam. So as long as they can stay up there, that definitely helps their score.
So Kayla Rose would be next for the Falcons on the floor exercise, and Rachel Stupinski on the balance beam.
This is another great event for Rachel. We love to watch her compete up there. She's aggressive and fun.
Rachel, number 1 in the Mid-American Conference on the balance beam.
Next up in the floor exercise for Bowling Green, Kayla Rose.
On the balance beam, Rachel ranks 9th in the nation, 20th nationally on bars, and 23rd in floor exercise. Here's Kayla Rose.
Kayla opens with a double back pike.
Kayla looks as though she's having quite a bit of fun with the dance portion.
Her teammates are into it, cheering her on. That is the great thing about this sport, is all the family. You spend a lot of hours in the gym with these teammates, and then they go on to become your bridesmaids and your friends in your wedding, and be friends for lifelong friendships. One and a half to a punch front layout. Dismount with a double back tuck. Lots of power and energy in that routine. Great tumbling.
That is Kayla Rose. The solid floor exercise for the Falcons as we await Rachel Stupinski on the balance beam. We failed to mention it earlier, but the Golden Flashes ranked 21st in the country on the uneven bars and 26th in the nation on floor exercise.
Yes, the two best events, and they did show improvements on the vault today, and it looks like on the beam as well. So they can continue on with their floor that they've been averaging this year. It's going to be a good all-around, or good finish for the whole team.
Stupinski ranked 15th in the nation in the all-around, and again ranks 9th in the nation here on the balance beam.
In the balance beam, she scored a 9.95 3 times, I believe.
3 times this year, a 9.95.
9.95. So she is in search of that perfect 10. Tonight might be the night.
Yeah, she's come close a couple of times on floor exercise and the balance beam. Here's Giovanna East, the sophomore of the Falcons, last year's freshman of the year. East currently 3rd ranked in the Mid-American Conference. All right, let's go to Stupinski now on the balance beam.
Front aerial to a back tuck, stuck. Rachel is one of the few gymnasts to do 2 different tumbling series in her beam routine. So we just saw the first one. We're getting ready for the second one. Back handspring, layout, step out, gorgeous. She's got that smile on her face. That's where you see the confidence shine through. It's a switch leg leap to a split jump and a cistone. That's part of her dance requirements. Full turn. She's looking really solid today. She's getting ready for her dismount. Round off double full and a stuck landing. I bet this crowd is going to ask for that perfect 10 score.
So the senior wraps things up for the Golden Flashes in terms of competition on the balance beam with another great performance. East finishes up on the floor exercise for the Falcons. As we wait the score, we'll wait the score for Stupinski.
That handspring layout step out was beautiful today. Lots of height.
As I believe we may have an exhibition for Kent State over on the balance beam. Well, thus far, Shannon, Kent State looking like the Golden Flash team of old. Very focused, very solid routines throughout.
Yes, they're in the groove.
I think it goes back to what Bryce had mentioned before the meet when I did have a chance to talk to him. It is just a matter of focus. We have Kent State on the balance beam, Sydney Chapman.
expect Canterbury Layout to step out from her. We talked a little bit earlier about how occasionally a gymnast can have a fault, and then that gets built upon by the next gymnast and the next gymnast, and it can go downhill very quickly. But the opposite can happen too. So you have momentum with the first gymnast up, hitting her routine, and then gaining momentum for everybody else.
Sydney, the freshman out of Mineral Wells, getting a taste of MAC competition on the balance beam here tonight.
Just did a side aerial, but fought to stay on that balance beam. A gainer full twist dismount and a stuck landing. They're definitely going to revamp and go back over how well that went today and gain momentum going into the Mid-American Conference Championships. That's a lineup that they want to repeat again.
So Kent State with, I believe, another exhibition on the balance beam. Kent State with a team score 49.025 on the balance beam. That is an impressive score for the Golden Flashes, and what an improvement over the last couple of weeks, Shannon.
That's great to see. They actually had to throw out Ali Marrero's score of a 9.6. So every other score above that gets counted in their team score. So Rachel Stupinski with a 9.9, followed by Kennedy Plude of a 9.85, and then a 9.8, 9.775, and a 9.7 from the remaining three gymnasts. Great lineup.
So here's Gabby Williams for Kent State on the balance beam in an exhibition.
It was a front tuck onto the beam for her mount. It's a difficult skill to start with, so it's nice to see some of those aggressive mounting elements.
The 49.025, Shannon, for Kent State on the balance beam ties the season high, which occurred at Western Michigan back on February 11th.
I'm sure that Coach Bryce Biggin is happy to see them back into their style, their technique, and their confidence up on this event. Gainer back pike for her dismount. And that concludes this rotation. So getting ready for Bowling Green to come to the balance beam and Kent State to go to the floor.
Well, that will wrap up 3 rotations of 4 here at the Mack Center in this Mid-American Conference matchup between Bowling Green and Kent State. We'll be right back for the final rotation. Back to the Mack Center. Let's take a look at some highlights here after the 3rd rotation. Kent State over Bowling Green in this Mack matchup. There's Laura Mitchell, Kayla Rose, and Giovanna East of the Falcons on the floor. For the Golden Flashes, Sarah Lipowitz turning in a solid performance. Kennedy Plude starting things off with Kent State on a positive note. And the All-American Rachel Stupinski sticking that landing. After 3 rotations, Golden Flashes lead at 147.2 to 146.35. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Mack Center. Michael Elkins and Shannon Simmons with you in this Mid-American Conference matchup between Bowling Green and Kent State. Both schools looking to keep their hopes alive for the postseason and a berth into the NCAA regionals. Currently, here's the RQS standings in the Mid-American Conference. Central Michigan and Kent State at 1 and 2, followed by Northern Illinois, BG, Ball State, Eastern, and Western Michigan.
Yes, the RQS stands for Regional Qualifying Score. This is a chance for the team to qualify for the regionals. So they're looking to add up the top 3 away scores and to the next 3 highest scores, either home or away. The team gets to drop their highest score, and they're going to average their 5 remaining. So it's a calculation to rank the best teams going into the event, and it's used to determine the team or the individual's position for the NCAA postseason. So it's important in the Mid-American Conference. It's also important in the NCAA.
Kent State will move on over to the floor exercise, where they are number 1 in the conference. Bowling Green will end things up on the balance beam. On the floor exercise, Kent State ranks 26th in the country, again with a 49.110.
Yeah, so we just came off a rotation where we got to see Bowling Green perform beautifully on the floor exercise. Their team score was a 49.225, so 5 excellent scores there for the Bowling Green Falcons.
Kent State's best score on the floor exercise is 49.325. We want to make note that Abby Fletcher set a personal best for her, a 9.775 on the balance beam. So congratulations to Abby Fletcher on that outstanding performance for Kent State. That's got to make Coach Bryce Biggin very happy. Well, we'll move on over now to the floor exercise for Kent State. There's the floor exercise lineup for Kent State. The senior Michaela Ramito to start things off. Quinlan McCarty, Manicold Davis, Fletcher Stupinski to round things off for Kent State. We'll take a look at the lineup for the Bowling Green Falcons on the balance beam. Nikita Kearns, Julia Beyer, Augustine Mitchell, East, and McPeak.
Leading off for the Golden Flashes on the floor exercise, Michaela Ramito.
There's Michaela Ramito. We saw her swing very good on the bars. Again, coming back from a concussion.
Michaela's a fighter. She actually has Crohn's disease, and so she battles that on a daily basis and manages that really well. We get to see her tumble here. Beautiful double back tuck for her opening tumbling pass. When you're a senior competing in the MAC Center, it's a great time. So she's excited to be here. She's got lots of friends and family in the crowd watching her today.
And you know, as a senior, she's got to be happy to be back on the floor this evening, especially in front of the home crowd.
Yep, she'll look back on her career, and these will be the best days when her family is out there cheering her on. Completing some of those required dance elements that she needs in the tumbling routine. Getting ready for her next tumbling pass here. Great start for Kent State.
So high fives all around for the senior Michaela Ramito as Nikita Kearns wraps up her balance beam routine for the Falcons. Up next for the Falcons will be Julia Beyer. Up next for Kent State, Alyssa Quinlan. So the floor exercise, as Shannon had mentioned, Bowling Green posted an impressive 49.225 on the on the floor exercise. Kent State looking to best that. Kent State leads at 147.2 to 146.3 after 3 rotations. At the MAC Center is a look at head coach Bryce Biggin. When you look at Bryce during competitions, he's just a guy with ice water in his veins.
Yes, he's definitely intense, and he goes through each routine with each gymnast. So I bet at the end of each competition he's tired because he runs through every routine with them mentally.
And here is Alyssa Quinlan.
opening with a round-up back handspring double back tuck. She had to take a couple steps backwards on her landing. We'll be a little overexcited, too much power.
Alyssa season high 9.825 occurred against Western and Central Michigan.
Second tumbling pass, front handspring, front full to a punch front layout. Done some fun dance. Now she's getting ready for her third tumbling pass. Two and a half twists. Nice finish.
So Sarah McCarty would be up next for Kent State. On the floor, Julia Beyer currently on the balance beam for the Falcons. As she gets ready for the dismount. As you see Kearns' beam score.
It's a nice dismount. She actually did a standing layout step out to a full twist. Rare.
As the score for Alyssa Quinlan is raised to the crowd. Let's take another look at the dismount from Julia Beyer of the Falcons.
It takes a lot of power. That standing layout step out means she doesn't have any momentum or tumbling into that element and then going into her full twist dismount.
Sarah McCarty averaging 9.609 in the floor exercise. Season high 9.825 against Ball State. And that is a personal record for Sarah McCarty, the 9.825.
Beautiful high double back pike for her first tumbling pass. She uses some powerful music. Nice front twisting for her second tumbling pass. This is a chance for a lot of the gymnasts to show their personalities. So there's the type of music that you choose is your own discretion, and she chooses to use a powerful one that really shows her aggression. Look at that power. She just finished with a double back tuck dismount. It's hard to do at the end of a long tumbling routine.
Yeah, great power, great height, stuck the landing.
That's going to be a good score.
Well, there you have McCarty maybe picking up Quinlan, who may have didn't tumble as well as she would have liked. Take another look at this tumbling pass from McCarty. And Shannon, as you noted, great height on it.
Yeah, almost out of the top of the screen there.
This is Lexi Augustine.
Nice switch leg leap.
So a 9.875 is the score for McCarty on the floor exercise.
Very nice score. Well deserved too. It takes a lot of power to do those tumbling passes that she performed.
Augustine dismount.
A side aerial to a full twist.
On floor exercise for the Golden Flashes, Nisha Davis.
Nicole Davis earned a 9-9 against Eastern Michigan a few weeks ago here at the Mack Center in that loss. But in that loss, Kent State posted their highest team score on floor exercise of the season, 49.325.
Beautiful double back pike for her first tumbling pass. She looks ready to have some fun out there.
Davis always has fun with the crowd and her teammates on the floor exercise.
Front layout to a punch front pull. Beautiful lead pass. Getting ready for her third tumbling pass here.
Davis with a great smile to the crowd there.
Very good. Double back tuck. That's going to be another great score for the Golden Flashes.
Over on balance beam is Laura Mitchell competing in the all-around for the Falcons, averaging 9.74 on the beam.
Nice side aerial for one of her tumbling elements. And then into a side summy.
How about that? A 9.9 for Davis floor routine.
Well deserved. That was a great performance.
Mitchell looking solid on the beam for the Falcons.
Round off double full dismount with a stuck landing. Can't go wrong with that.
Here's Abby Fletcher now on the floor exercise for Kent State. Personal best 9.9 against Central Michigan.
That great. Abby enters with a double back layout. Open body position. It's really difficult still. Great lead pass. It's always fun to perform here in front of the home crowd. She's taking advantage of that tonight. 1.5 twist to a front layout step out. Great routine. I bet that's going to be another wonderful score for the Golden Flashes.
Giovanna East on the balance beam for the Falcons. Giovanna currently ranks third in the Mid-American Conference with an RQS of 9.855 and averaging 9.74. Season high 9.925 on the balance beam.
We're seeing a lot of our dance elements now. Switch leg leap. She did a nice tuck full before that one. She's moving very well up there. She's graceful, she's confident. Going to dismount with a round off 2.5 twist.
Great power off the beam on the dismount.
Lots of happy teammates and coaches to celebrate with her.
Take another look at this dismount.
It's 1 flip and 2.5 twists in the layout position.
Here's the All-American and MAC Gymnast of the Year, Rachel Stupinski. on the floor exercise for Kent State. Stupinski inked a 9.975 against Eastern Michigan. A lot of drama, Shannon, in her music.
There is, and this is what she loves to do. Show off her power, show off her tumbling, and really get the crowd into her dance.
She's got a great balance of power and creativity in this routine.
Double layout for that first tumbling pass is just top notch. This is where she gets to have a little bit of fun, show her personality.
And her facial expressions in this routine go along with the music.
They do. And she is an intense person. She's focused, and that music that she chose for this routine shows that. And then a little bit of fun. Second tumbling pass was a 2.5 twist to a front layout. Or last tumbling pass. Just gorgeous.
Now the
Fun to
All-American, yes, the All-American is fun to watch. Let's take another look at Rachel on the floor exercise. Final tumbling pass. Outstanding. This is India McPeak on the balance beam now for the Falcons.
9.925 for Stupinski on the floor.
So she has one more week to capture the coveted 10.0 on either the balance beam, the bars, or the floor exercise.
Lots of places that she has the opportunity to do that, yes. Nice beam routine from Bowling Green. Good tumbling.
So Gabby Williams in an exhibition for Golden Flashes on the floor. We'll take another look at the dismount from McPeak. Yeah, we're going to go right back to the floor exercise, so I apologize for that. There's Gabby Williams.
Nice double back pike for Gabby's opening tumbling pass. One and a half twist to a punch front layout. Gabby finishes with a double back tuck. Nice routine for Gabby Williams.
Well, that'll wrap things up here after 4 rotations. Stick around. We'll be back with all of the final numbers, the individual winners in all of the competition. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Mack Center. Michael Elkins and Shannon Simmons with you as Kent State defeats Bowling Green this evening at the Mack Center on the campus of Kent State University. Let's take a look at the top scorers in the match this evening. Giovanna East walks away with the vault with a 9.875. Stupinski on bars 9.925. Laura Mitchell gets the title on the beam with a 9.950. Fletcher and Stupinski tie in the floor exercise a 9.925, and Rachel Stupinski wins the all-around this evening with a 39.575. That is a new career high for Rachel Stupinski, and it is the third highest in school history. Once again, the final here tonight from the Mack Center. Kent State 196.625, Bowling Green 195.375. Many thanks to our producer Josh Tanner, our director Lydian, and my partner Shannon Simmons. You have been watching Mid-American Conference Gymnastics on ESPN. Have a good night, everybody.